Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. And you can find it on all popular podcasting streams and on YouTube. And today my guest is Danielle Hughes. And Danielle is going to talk to us about personality branding, which is a topic that we haven't really discussed before. We've talked about personal branding, but not personality branding. And her business is More Than Words Marketing, which is a great name for a business. And we've all heard the expression that you are your biggest asset. So why do so many of us feel reluctant to let our personality shine in business? Maybe it's because we don't know how. Or worse, we fear showing too much of ourselves that will alienate potential clients. Surprise, surprise. It's actually the opposite. People are hungry for personality, and that's what drives connection. And Danielle is the Chief Personality Officer of More Than Words Marketing, a branding and copywriting consultancy. She helps individuals and brands to develop their genuine personality brand, creating content that sounds like you and giving you the space to truly be yourself in your messaging. And while she can't pull a rabbit out of a hat, she can hone your brand message, engage your audience, and deadlift you or your employees, but not at the same time. It's just irresponsible. No, Danielle is available for office party tricks and accepts payments in bottles of Bordeaux. Well, Bordeaux would be lovely. Welcome, Danielle, and thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming
Rose.
on today.
Thank you for having me. My first Australian podcast, if there's a
I am.
distinction.
I
So
loved your intro. That was amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much.
It's quite tough. It's funny. Sorry, that's why I laughed.
No, it's meant to be funny. Humor is part of my personality brand.
That's
So
it.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that you understand it. Thank you.
yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the difference between personal branding and personality branding.
So to me, something personal, like the very word personal, means private. So all this talk about people needing personal brands, it just never sat right with me because I always felt like if it's private, why am I going to share it with the world, right? So if somebody tells you you need a personal brand, it's very uncomfortable for a lot of people. Like if you don't grow up in an age where everything is digital, if you're slightly older, like myself, maybe, or even older, you grew up in an age where you had to like fit a certain mold and be a certain way, and individuality wasn't praised. So personality, to me, the distinction is that our personality is innately who we are, right? It's baked into who we are. It's already on display, and there's no hiding our personality. So it's how do you tap into part of your personality in order to create those stronger connections with your audience. So you're not sharing anything private, but you're bringing it to the forefront in a way that makes you more relatable. And that could be a hobby, a passion, a personality trait that you already have, the way people describe you. There's a lot of different ways that we could differentiate it, but really it just means there's a line that you won't cross in what you're going to share with the public. And our personality brand allows us to do that, whereas something personal just might make you a little bit uncomfortable, and you're sharing something that you don't feel the world needs to know about you in order to want to do business with you.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So how can you create content and messaging that positions a business owner and their services to be distinct from everybody else?
So you lean into who you are, right? Every person in this world, every business owner, right? We have so much competition, right? There's tons of writers, designers, architects, whatever, but none of them are us. And so our only asset is who we are and what we bring to the table and how we work with our clients in a way that's different than the competition, right? Clients these days are looking for who you are first and what you do second. So the more you are willing to put some of yourself in your messaging it's just easier for your clients to connect with you. So, it could be as simple as on your about page of your website or on your LinkedIn bio, you talk about like a hobby that you have or a passion that you have. It just, people want to have a connection. And so the way you can connect with someone by saying, like mine says like that I like wine, or I like cursing, or I do weightlifting. And, it's something that's going to draw someone in. It makes you human, it makes you relatable. And even if your potential clients don't share those same passions, they now see you as a person and not a business, which makes it easier for them to connect with you and want to have that connection and that relationship.
Yeah, my LinkedIn bio says that I want to own a panther or a tiger or a lion. So, yeah.
That is fantastic.
Which I actually do. I would love to own all of the big cats. I would love to own each of them.
Is that allowed in Australia? Can you own a big cat? No. Okay.
No, but I would like to. It'd be nice.
Okay. Have you seen Tiger King?
They're so huge, but they're so cuddly.
I mean, have you seen Tiger King? They're not so cuddly. They're a little dangerous. I don't know.
Well, it can be, but
but it's relatable.
Danger is my middle name.
Oh, see, that should be in your bio. Rose Danger Davidson. I mean, that's amazing. Done. Change it tomorrow. I'm serious. Done.
Okay. So how can someone highlight their uniqueness and show their genuine. That they're genuine in their copy or in their whatever they're doing?
So I think the one thing that I tell a lot of my clients to do that I think people overlook is that your friends, family, coworkers, colleagues, or clients are your best barometer for what you do well. So if you're not sure, maybe, because I think we take for granted what we're good at, right? Everybody assumes that things that we're good at are just not appreciated by other people, or that everybody else can do the same thing. So why even talk about it? But oftentimes we overlook a consistent thing that so many people feel we do well. And so if you go and you ask, your clients or your neighbor or your family, what are some words that come to mind when you think about me? Or, what are some things that I do really well? I guarantee that you'll find that there's like a through line and a commonality or a thread. And if certain things keep coming up repeatedly, those are things that you should be emphasizing and talking to your potential clients about. Because chances are, if people say you're punctual or you're detail oriented or, you're really thoughtful, not everybody is those things, and you can use those in your messaging, again, in order to humanize you, but showcase the things that make you different and make you special that a client will appreciate.
I think I'm going to go rewrite my bio tomorrow. I am. Absolutely. So how can people not be afraid that, of becoming, big-headed or when people say these really great things about them? I mean, I know they could use those words, but how can they not, let ego take over?
So I actually think it's the opposite. I think you should, because I think too many people don't brag about their abilities and their capabilities. And so I think you should lean into that more. I think the more you own the fact that people say I am an excellent communicator, people say I make them feel special, people say this, like, you're not saying I'm the greatest, although there's nothing wrong with that, right? It worked for Muhammad Ali. It worked for Muhammad Ali. But I think if you can couch it in like, my clients often tell me, or people often say this, it gives credibility and it allows you to brag at the same time. One of the worksheets that I take my clients through, like, I tell them, like, it's time to go to Bragtown. I want you to talk about how amazing you are. And you can always dial it back, but if you can push it forward a little bit, I think that really opens up the door for people to say, you know what? I'm really freaking good at this, and people should know it, right? Because we're in business. How are you going to get clients if you don't believe you're good at what you do? You're sure as hell your clients are not going to either. So there's no reason to be hiding that.
People go big in that, or don't bother, don't play with the other children.
I mean, I do think you should really try to go as big as you can, and then it's okay to dial it back a little bit. But if you're trying to please everyone, if you're trying to stay in a lane, you're going to end up pleasing no one and appealing to no one, right? So what I like to say is that if you are not repelling some of your audience, you're not doing it right. Doesn't mean you should offend anyone, but the idea is that your message should be so focused and so specific that you're attracting only that right audience that you want to work with, and then everybody else is not even going to like come to you. And then you don't have to like worry about vetting anything. You don't have to waste time on calls that go nowhere, because everybody that calls you is a potential true right fit for your business.
Yeah. Okay. So are there like archetypes, of personalities that, that are better at this than others?
No, I mean, I think, the obvious would be like, oh, extroverts are better at this than introverts. But I think that introverts are really good at knowing what they do well, and they just might need the push to put it out there, right? So I don't know that it's necessarily a personality trait that would make you better at boasting about yourself, because there's people that boast about themselves that don't have the chops to back it up, right? So I'm not saying that you go out there and you make all this up and that you pretend and that you overinflate. Like, we're not lying. We are just trying to shine a light on the things that we do well. And so even if you're a more reserved person or you're a shyer person, there's definitely going to be things that you do really well, and you can make it known. Maybe you're not like screaming it from the rooftops and being super bold about it, but I still think that it can become part of your message. And so I can give you a quick example if you
Absolutely.
want. So I had a client who is a writer, and she was really into bird watching. And so she came to one of my workshops and she was telling us how she likes to do birding. And I was like, that is your personality brand. I was like, that is your thing. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, think about what's involved with bird watching, of the level of patience to sit and wait for something to happen that may or may not even happen, the level of detail and attention to detail that you need to have to recognize the bird when it lands on the tree, the thoughtfulness and the care to be quiet and patient. I said, these are all things that you can kind of weave into your message, and those are things that are going to go a long way. So obviously she's not a loud, braggadocious person, because birding is such a very quiet attribute. But I just thought that's something that's so unique to her and so special. And instantly, when you draw those comparisons to a potential client, they know they're not going to get work that's sloppy. They know she's going to do her research, right? They know she's going to take her time. Like, all of those things are just sort of baked into that one aspect of who she is. And so in an instance like that, you can bring it out in a way that is extremely relatable and completely combines and is synergistic with what she's trying to offer her clients.
Yep. So do you have, a hint or an example of how someone should actually, even just do their bio that would be, make it stand out a lot better than the normal ones that people are doing that, are really cut and dried?
So I do happen to have a free downloadable. So if they go to my website and they sign up for my newsletter, I've created something that I call About Me Mad Libs. Do you have Mad Libs? And do you know what that is in Australia?
No.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if this is like a 1970s United States thing. Essentially, Mad Libs was like this fun game that kids would have where you're telling a story and they give you blanks and you have to fill in the story, like a verb, a noun. Okay, so maybe it was called something else. But anyway, so here's called Mad Libs. And so I've created a version where you're filling in parts of your story in Mad Lib form. And I give you 2 more sort of serious or quote unquote professional prompts and one that's a little bit more fun. And because what I found is that for most people, they don't even know where to start, right? Starting your bio or starting your story is the hardest part. Like, they might know what they've done. They have examples. Yes, I've worked here and I've worked there, but like, where do I even begin? So this gives you a way to have some fun with it. It's not meant to be overly prescriptive, but it's just meant to get you kind of started on the road of where are you willing to have some more fun and lighten up the way you might talk about yourself, and where are you really, and again, where can you go to Bragtown? Like, what are some things you're really proud of? And it kind of highlights those things.
Oh, I have to go and download it.
Okay, there you go. It's free. And I will say, some people use it very literally and they've downloaded it and they've just put that right into LinkedIn. But for a lot of other people, it's just, I never really thought to like talk about something that way, or I never thought, to highlight it in that way.
Yeah, I'd seen other people on Facebook, ask, tell me 3 words about me that you think about me. And I thought, well, I thought that was a bit pretentious, but now I might go and do the same. I think I can understand why they've done it now. They're trying to find words that, will fit into their bio or their intro or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah. And who knows us best, right? The people around us, right? Because they see the things that we don't see, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. So. Here we go.
And I will say one other thing, for people that are like, I don't want to sign up for your newsletter. I don't want your free stuff. That's fine. Like, the most important thing that I think people forget is that even though our bios are about us, they're for our audience. Right. So you don't want to just talk about, I do this, I do this, I do this. You need to lead with, for people who are looking for X, I blank, right? So like address the fact that you understand what the pain points are, what the problems are of the people that might be needing your services. Couch it in that, and then you can go on to say how you serve that audience or how you work with them. That's the thing at the top of the bio that should attract people, is that immediate, this person understands what I need, this person's speaking to me, instead of I have 30 years of experience working blah blah blah, when no one cares. They're going to leave. Your bio is like, if you open it up that way, you're dead. It's too generic.
Well, it is, yeah. And trouble is, though, there are so many people giving advice on how to write a bio. Some say start with your work history. Some say, others say, as you did, just to hit the pain points of your potential clients. So, who's right, who's wrong?
Well, I always think the pain points of your clients are going to be more important than your own bio, right?
I agree.
You have to put your audience first. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the only way, but that is becoming a much more universal practice, right? We talk about it's not business to business or business to consumer. It's H to H, human to human, right? Yeah, so you have to know who you're talking to and create something that's going to grab their attention.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you. I just wanted to put you on the spot, and I did it quite well.
You're poking the bear, Rose. It's fine. It's fine. See, but I'm not going to say I'm right and you're like, you have to do what's comfortable to you. And I think that, to me, that's personality brand. Like, only put out there what you're comfortable with, lead with what you're comfortable with. But if the focus is not on your audience, you might as well not have anything there.
Absolutely. No, the audience comes first, don't they? I mean, ultimately, because you're trying to run a business, you're trying to sell a brand, you're trying to sell yourself, your product, service, whatever you're trying to do. And if you don't address them and how they're feeling about, being left behind or left in the dark, then, you might as well not be in business.
100%, right? Because we're in business to serve other people, right? You're not in business to serve yourself.
Absolutely. So any wise words to finish off with, Danielle?
That's putting me on the spot. Wise words?
A book? Have you got a book, a podcast, anything you want to plug?
I don't have a book yet, although I'm being pressured to write one. And I don't have a podcast. I will just say, if somebody wants to follow me, get my newsletter, I do workshops every month on how to create a kick-ass about page. And it is like a 2-part workshop where I help you write your own about section. And that's, I think, a really fun way. We have a lot of fun, but you walk away with a really strong, impactful bio that's going to get the right attention of the right people.
Absolutely. Good stuff. And where can people find you?
morethanwordscopy.com.
Are you on any social platforms other than LinkedIn?
If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is bitch can move. It's a workout reference, but and I don't know. I have a professional account that I've never used, so I don't know if I'll ever merge the two. But
okay, lovely. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you.
I
You
would
too.
I would love to have you on again later on in the year if you're up for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll come up with a different spin and a different topic to talk
That'd be
about around
great.
branding.
All
So
right, Danielle, you have a good night.
you too, Rose. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Talking with the experts.